This is awkward, dude.
It's always, dude. This has been the best part about the show is the beginning and the end. The actual show
Really?
sucks. I don't like doing the show.
Wait, is the beginning part a new thing every time?
We just do whatever. We just say shit.
Oh, really? I thought it was like a canned like intro.
I don't even know if this worked.
Why do you have to see my face? You hear me. That's fine.
Shut up, Bronson.
Oh my god.
It's okay. We started already. It's on. Stuff's happening.
Stuff's happening. Wait a minute. There we go. Okay.
I love how Eric starts it and never tells us.
How's it going,
It's the best
internet?
part.
Wait,
Hey, what?
it's starting?
Yeah,
Yeah.
in a few minutes, I'll let you know when it starts. Okay?
Oh god.
Anyway, what's up,
So
internet?
nerve.
Yo, Eric, your overlays are messed up. By the way.
I know, it's Bronson's fucking fault. It's Bronson's fucking fault. There's supposed to be only 3 people. There's supposed to be 3 people in this call. I'm one of them, Rickstah's the other one, and Bronson's the other one. But you have 2 fucking calls. What is this?
That's fine. That's fine, dude.
Okay. Just let me have some water, you know? Alright. Okay. Alright, how you guys doing? Cool.
You asking us or the chat?
You guys. How you guys doing?
Oh.
Rick,
Oh,
Bronson, how's it going?
I'm
it's
doing
good, dude. It's normal.
Okay, it's normal. It's normal. All right, let me regain my composure here. Internet, how you guys doing? You'll have to excuse Bronson's little window here. I don't know how to fix it. And we're already late enough, so we're just gonna get things started. You're watching ATP Live. I'm joined by Rickstah, as usual. Rip is actually at the beach, so he's not going to be able to be here today. But instead, we got Bronson Tran, who is fresh off his victory, in my eyes at least, at EVO. How's it going, Bronson?
And beating you in a first to 5.
That's true, but I mean, that's neither here nor there. I feel like everyone could beat me in a first to 5 on the internet. Not that I don't think you would beat me
That's
offline,
true.
But at least I would be able to complete the first to 5 without wanting to fucking kill myself. You know what I mean? So, yeah, fuck that. Let's see. Oh, yeah, before I move on, I want to let everyone know that huge shout-outs to Adark. I just gave away a stick to Spaghetti Rip in the... he's one of the subscribers. He lives in the UK, so I'm going to be sending that out to him soon. I got one more to send out to someone who subscribes. I think I'm going to do that sometime next week, maybe. But let's start talking about shit. You know, there's interesting things transpiring. Before we get to the EVO topic, where I want to talk about, you know, your mentality, your mindset, your team, your opponents, and all that shit, I want to talk about some of the current things going on. Most importantly to me, the qualifier for the Tekken Tag 2 Global Tournament. That's what I'm interested in right now. Bronson, you've heard of it, I presume. What do you think of the tournament, and are you going to attend?
I'll answer the later one first, latter one. Am I going to attend? Probably not.
What?
But I think Jimmy will probably win easily if he plays up to his skill level.
That's like pre Evo 2013 saying Bronson will win if he plays up to his skill level at this point. I mean, Jimmy needs to pull a Bronson, you know. I know how good he is, but it seems like his performance has been. You know, I should have got him on the show today too. What are you gonna do? Anyway,
as long as he gets out to the 3 out of 5 area, I think he'll do much better. One of his worst skills in the tournament game is probably not being able to adapt as quickly as he should. So that's one of the things that holds him back the most.
Yeah, I can say that when people play a little bit outside the box and party a little hard, he gets a little flustered, from my observation.
Yeah.
So
yeah, because he plays very pretty by the book, very standard, and he does a really good job of it. But he's lacking that just fuck it style, but he's trying to add to it a little bit.
What's interesting to me about him is that he does party as well. He does use orbital heals and those party animal moves, but he uses them in a very by the book way. This is when you party with orbital heal. So
yes.
It's not.
This is when you sneak edge.
Yeah,
this is when you do this. This is when you do that. Yeah.
But anyway, why the fuck aren't you going?
I think it's just laziness, really.
I mean, you don't want to go to Korea?
I could care less at this point. I think it's just I think after losing Evo, I'm kind of not into competing right away.
So
again.
what you're saying is that you're a pussy.
Yes.
Mm.
You really think I wouldn't have agreed with you there, Aries? Like
I don't know. I mean, I'm
while.
really surprised that that's what you're saying right now. I mean, do you think I still want to be like hella into competing in Tekken? I got lots of games to play. I got lots of shit to do, you know. But I'm still.
It's also really close to you, though.
You're right.
Like for the global, it's like.
You're right, but it's pretty fucking close to you too. You know, I mean, I drove to NorCal to go to SBO. Right?
You did, and I would have back then. I would have traveled anywhere to go to SBO also, but I think it's just a different mindset, a different point of my Tekken career.
Fair enough.
And you don't want to be the 3-time like national whatever champion.
I know, right? That'd be beautiful.
That would be sick. Why don't you?
And
go?
I think I have a really good chance of winning. Actually, you know what? You guys might have talked me into it. I know, Kat, my girlfriend. My girlfriend really wants me to go, and she's always pushing me to play when I'm like just not into it.
You're such a bitch, dude. Jeez.
I know,
just
dude.
I'm glad the little screen is half of your face because I don't want to see the whole thing. That just drives me nuts. I was watching your. First of all, I gotta call you out. I was listening to the podcast on I Play Winner right now that you were on. Two things I gotta call you a bitch. First of all, you might as well have verbatim repeated exactly everything I said when you were talking about. I don't even remember what you were talking about, but it was like fucking. Oh yeah, about Snoop Dogg and fucking $25,000 Comic-Con tournaments and shit.
Dude. So you were preaching the truth. Like it's hard.
Fair enough.
Why can't I agree with the truth?
Fair enough. I'm just making an observation.
And you know, I've been very critical of Namco.
That's true.
It's not like this is like a completely new 180 thing that's coming out of nowhere.
You're right.
I just hated like their marketing spend. I hate that they laid off half their company. I hated all that.
We're on the same page. The only thing is,
yes.
I mean, at least do some. This is like copyright infringement. You know, I mean...
No, it's not, dude.
Okay,
just because you're on the internet more than me, just because you're more famous than me, you get to say it more. You get to say it earlier. That's the only thing.
Earlier, so
I finally got like a stage. I finally got a stage. I decided to say...
I'm gonna hang up on your dumbass. Fucking ruining my... You know how much time I spent making these overlays fit correctly, and you have to fuck it up? Unbelievable. You know, I should do it like I Play Winner and not even show your fucking mugs. But
yeah, you should. That's what, dude. Rick, where we just talking about this?
The internet wants to see your faces. Okay, trust me.
Dude.
They want to see your faces. Bronson, I know you didn't pay the electrical bill, but turn a light on, man. I can't see shit. What are you living in a fucking?
I'm so
tunnel?
Lazy.
Jesus
dude.
Christ. Anyway, all right.
Aries,
you know,
come on, man.
Okay. Let's get it together. Let's be friends. Okay.
All right.
Okay. So you're not going to go, but you're thinking you might go. I'm thinking you're full of shit, and your girlfriend's going to make you go. So you're going to go. But what do you think of the tournament? What do you think of the concept? What do you think of it being at round one? There's a lot of factors here, you know?
How many machines do they have?
Two.
Two
back-to-back.
I hate that it's a 2-day tournament.
I hate that it's a 2-day tournament, too. What the fuck is the point?
I don't know why it is a 2-day tournament when you're just running one game on 2 machines. At most, 60 players probably coming because it's an arcade-only tournament. It's in SoCal, you know, this and that. But I have no idea why they would span it out to 2 days.
So that you could visit their arcade for 2 days in a row, so that you could eat more meals at their arcade, so that you could buy more beer from their arcade. It's a fucking Hollywood arcade, dude. I mean, like...
All right, let's go bowling after top 8, bro.
Ping pong and Kanye West and shit. That's all they do at round one. Non-stop.
No.
Man.
That sounds like a great time. I'm in.
Yeah, ping pong and Kanye West? Yeah, that's just
that sounds like my kind of date.
Yeah, I know. But, okay, so it's 2 days. That's pretty lame. What do you think about the prize? What do you think about the late announcement? I mean, it's pretty standard practice for Namco at this point. They always do
late announcement is pretty standard. Yeah. You know, like before, a couple months ago, you always heard like a rumor about it. Even Rich just tweeting, hey, there's things coming. Yeah. And I guess they finally finalized things. Like 2 days ago, probably 3 days ago, a week ago. Who the fuck knows? The format of it is pretty nice, right? It's 2 out of 3 until a certain thing that's 3 out of 5 somewhere.
Yeah.
Top 32,
Top 16.
right? Oh, top
16.
Okay, so
top 16. So like 2 rounds in, because there's gonna be like 40 people.
What are your guesses?
40 people?
What do you guys
I don't think so.
What do you guys think are going to be the number of entrants? Like, genuinely. Let's take our bets right now. Ricky, what do you think? How many players?
I said maybe. I honestly think like 20 to 25. I think people are going to sign up Saturday and not have to play a single game.
Wow.
20 to 25?
Because
Wow.
you have to think about it though. It's like you don't have that many arcade
You're
players
wrong.
in SoCal.
I'm sure you're wrong.
No,
Because
I would love to be wrong, but that's just my guess, honestly.
20 to 25?
It's a $25 tournament too, because it's a $25 tournament, and people don't want to, not be able to play on the pad or whatever, K-stick or whatever, and go to that tournament.
I have a feeling that SBO qualifiers is an excellent thing to match this up to, because SBO qualifiers though it was a team tournament, it had a high entry fee. It was an arcade only tournament, so. That tournament, if I recall correctly, got 12 teams of 3, right? So that's 36 players.
Yeah.
I can see this tournament getting a similar turnout. So between 30 to maybe 40 or 45. Because it's not a team tournament. It being singles, I think, draws more of a it's more of a draw for some random guy like like that guy that got second yesterday. What's his name? South African Mitsu. Like, what the hell is that noise? Was that a dog?
I think that was Bronson eating one.
Hey, do I have the highest number? I really think it's gonna be like 50 to 55 players, 60 around there.
It could be because though it was a late announcement, that's what I was gonna get at. It was a late announcement, but there are a lot of guys in the area like Las Vegas, Arizona, NorCal, Seattle, and wherever the fuck is around here that may be willing to drive or fly out. So. I don't know. It could reach 60. It could get a 64-man bracket, or it could get really low turnouts like, past SBO qualifiers. It's kind of hard to say, but I agree. I think 2 days is fucking retarded, but I do like the tournament format. I think that's really awesome. Nice job turning on the light there, playa.
Are you on the floor of your room?
Yeah, they don't have furniture where he's from. They just sit on the floor. Yeah, that's how they do it. Anyway, 2 days is fucking retarded. It just makes it a hassle, not only for the people that they got the late notice, but now they got to deal with the place to stay. I mean, it's a real pain in the ass. I agree. But anyway, moving on. So I think you're gonna show up. You said Jimmy J is showing up. Do you know if anyone else from NorCal is gonna show up to that? What did Bronson do? This dumb motherfucker.
He turned off his phone or something.
We can't hear you, you stupid asshole.
He turned on the light and he lost his mic, dude. What
the fuck? You live in a cave? You turn the lights on and the fucking microphone turns off? What is this? God, look at his face. Turn the light off.
This is productive.
Turn the fucking light on.
No, keep the light on.
He doesn't know that we can't hear him. We can't hear you, you stupid asshole. Anyway, Ricky, so what's going on, dude? How's it going, playa? You doing all right?
What the hell were we just talking about?
I was talking about some shit. Oh, yeah, if he knows if anyone is going to come from NorCal. Who do you think will come from NorCal?
Well, my number is low for a reason. I don't think people are going to travel.
Well, Jimmy J is coming. He said he's staying at my place, so that's pretty cool. I wonder if anyone else is coming. Who else is from NorCal that might travel? Subtle, maybe? I don't know. These guys also have to be stick players, too, which is a factor.
Yeah, kinda.
Bronson, Tran.
Oh! Hey!
All right.
I'm back.
Good shit.
Wait, is Jimmy going?
Yeah, he's staying with me, I think.
Oh, okay. All right, that's good. That's good. I was worried he wasn't gonna go.
Well, he said he is. I don't know though. He was like, "Hey, Eris, if I go to this tournament, can you pick me up at the airport and house me?" And I was like, "Oh, well, I can house you."
When was that?
Like a while ago. A while ago.
Ah, okay. So I was kind of worried he wasn't gonna go because he was asking me if I was going.
Uh-huh.
And he was kind of,
It's one of those things where it's like, if you don't go,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go.
Wow, you guys.
No. It's the opposite. It's the opposite.
Oh,
if
if
you
you
go,
go,
he
he's
doesn't
not
wanna
gonna go.
Yeah, but I told him just to go anyways because he's a little bitch. So I just told him, dude, we go 50-50. Either of us can win. Just go and have fun and see what happens.
Okay. Anyone else from NorCal planning on coming?
Probably not.
That's the reason why
Dude.
we're low numbers.
Good shit.
Yeah. Well, NorCal doesn't really have a big scene anymore. It's just basically me, Jimmy, Johnny. That's about it that really play. Three people.
Well, that fucking sucks, dude. I mean, are you gonna go to any other tournaments? Are you planning on going to that Filthy Cup thing?
Probably not. It's just out of the way, and I'd rather save like vacation days for real vacations.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah,
what
I know that whole KIT tournament. Vandy Kit was talking to me, and he assumed I was going. I just told him no.
What
like,
KIT? Oh, the Kumite in Tennessee. Okay.
Yeah, that's supposed to be like next big Tekken tournament, along with the Filthy Cup and all that stuff.
When is
But
that?
I have no fucking idea. I think in January or something.
Okay. And then isn't Filthy Cup in
I hate
October?
this community. Do you like this community?
I didn't hear what you said, dude. It sounded like you were
Do
playing
you
a
like
violin
this
or
Tekken
something.
community?
Oh,
My bad. Do you hate this Tekken community?
That's a trick question. I mean,
It's not a trick question. You could be honest.
well,
Aris,
it is a
you could
trick
just be honest with
question.
me. No one's watching this. We could just have a,
Okay, what's the question? I'll answer
private
honestly.
conversation.
I'll answer honestly. What's the question?
How do you feel about the current community of Tekken in America?
Okay, well, it depends on what you're asking. Are you asking about socially? Are you asking about supporting the game and pushing it forward? Or are you asking about their skill level?
Supporting the game and pushing it forward.
I feel like it's worse than it's ever been. I feel
Yes.
okay, so there was this time in fighting games where it was just arcades, and there's Bronson in his pajamas, and there's Shano, and we just talked, and there was no stream, and there was no nothing. It was just an arcade with a showcase cabinet, and we played. And at that time, I felt like, wow, these guys are coming out of the woodworks to play this game at this regional tournament to show who's the best. And when this new era of streaming came, I thought that the Tekken players like yourself and everyone, all those players that were at the arcade at that time, I thought that they would push and do stuff like the stuff that I do, like whatever podcasts or tutorials or something. I thought a lot more of that would happen. Tekken 6 came and is gone, and now Tag 2 is out, and I really feel like not a lot of people did that or do that. And in that regard, that's really what makes a game kind of come out of its shell, When Street Fighter 4 came out and when Marvel 3 came out, I mean, every fucking jobber who had a fucking cell phone, they didn't even need a capture card, was even putting up some kind of magneto loop or some kind of new shit that they found out, and there was just a lot of footage coming out, a lot of support. So in that context, I think the Tekken community sucks 8 dicks in a row. Other than
I agree.
a few, like, really, even on your part, like the strong style streams and stuff, it's like, yo, we're going to do this all the time, and then we don't do it. And then fucking Anakin had like a dojo, stream going on for a while. We're going to be streaming every day, Tekken all day and night. Boom, whatever. Who gives a shit? The only people who there's only been a few. Very, very few.
It's so hard to keep content though in something like this because it's such a. Yeah, I know, dude. Aris, I commend you and Rip and possibly Rick for sticking with you.
Possibly.
I don't know what
you guys
he'd
are
do
doing a
without
great
me.
job.
Go on.
Wait, did you really win last night?
Yeah, Ricky won his first Wednesday night fights. We haven't gotten to that yet.
Is he good?
He actually, here's what I was gonna talk about. I was listening to the Book of Five Rings on the way to my house from work, and it was talking about this style of fighter, just like Rickstah. I don't remember the exact context, but the point is that he's good enough. He's like a fencer. He's not a strategist. He's like a fencer. He
A
knows.
fencer? What the hell's a fencer?
A fencer.
Yeah, what does that even fucking mean?
Oh, I'll tell you. Shut the fuck up. A fencer, in the context of this book, is someone who knows how to wield their sword and knows a lot about their own weapon, but when it comes to being a strategist in a broad spectrum, doesn't know a lot. Like, doesn't know about like the game's characters, doesn't know enough about everything, right? But you know your own characters really well, and you know how to wield them. So against the right competition, I think Rickstah can win. I just think that he needs to step up. Well, you don't agree? That's why.
Was there like 8? Was there 8 people at this tournament?
No, there was like 20 something. There was 26 people.
Wow, really?
Yeah,
No,
it was
there
not. How many people? 20,
It was
right?
like 16. It wasn't that big.
How many people?
Honestly, dude, seriously?
Rick, why are you being so modest, dude? There's probably like 80 people at this Wednesday
There
night
was
fight, and you're
400
like, yeah,
people,
I
dude.
did it.
He qualified for Korea. Go on.
You just won, dude.
Yeah, he won.
I knew that when I went to that tournament, I'm gonna make top 3 and I had a good chance of winning. That's all I knew, because everyone's at the beach or whatever.
Wow.
Okay. Well, anyway, whatever. Rickstah's good enough. What were we talking about before that? I was
The community sucking. You know what's the worst thing about this community right now?
What?
Since we're on a Tekken stream, I could say it.
Go ahead.
Core's Academy is probably the worst thing to ever happen to our scene.
Man, you guys always
just-
talk about it. I don't know anything about it. I don't even know what it is.
That's just
You
like
really
a
need to get on your
cesspool
face.
of crap.
Yeah,
Like it's
really
disgusting, and I don't understand.
Well, can you be
Core
more
is-
specific?
Core- dude.
Can you be more specific?
So-
I mean, what?
So
what-
Core and Fab killed Tekken 6, right? Like they shot
okay,
it
the double
with
box,
grand
right?
finals.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
they
like
did.
shot it in the head, and
Yeah.
it was just like kind of sitting there lifeless.
Yeah, that's true.
But
I
instead
agree.
of trying to resuscitate it, Core decides to bury it with
Wow.
Tekken Tag 2's body, right?
Wow.
And this is what fucking Core's Academy comes in,
Okay.
and he's just like this thing. I think it started off well, but it just ends up being like drones following an insane leader that doesn't think shit out.
Black
Who is
Adam
Core?
and shit.
Core like is like I think he's logical. I've talked to him before. I think, but when he just says stuff, it's like he doesn't think about it yet. He'll think about it afterwards, and then unlike normal people where they might go back and say, hey guys, I was wrong. He just won't say anything, and he's probably in a different part of his life now. He's all married and shit. So he did his damage, and now he's just leaving Core's Academy the way it is.
Is it?
And he's like,
What?
it's like, yeah.
I don't understand. Wait a minute. So is he no longer a part of that?
He is, but he's just not like active. So it's like he can't go back and save it somehow with like a hero.
I don't understand.
Instead, he's just like
I don't know.
cleaning his hands and walking away from a murder scene. Dude, it's just bad, man.
Okay,
You
well-
don't you have Facebook?
No,
Don't you have
O.J.
Facebook?
Simpson,
Just
problem.
join.
I don't have Facebook, so I don't even understand like if it's a chat room or like a posting system or whatever. But I'll tell you this:
Think of it.
the
Well,
thing
think
I
of
was
it
gonna...
like a
Go ahead.
forum. Just think of it like it's a forum, but anyone can join, and everyone's stupid.
So what's the difference between that and every other forum on the planet?
This one has people's real names and stuff. That's pretty much
okay,
it.
so there's no
And
anonymity.
it has power behind it. It's like a cult, dude. There's actual like Tekken power behind it.
I don't think there's much
So
power
the-
behind it, if you ask me.
There's more power than anything Tekken has, which is kind of sad.
Well, I don't
Right?
know. I mean, he wasn't
Basically-
able
it's
to get the
basically-
controllers unbanned at Evo.
Well, I know,
Right.
but that was basically where all the discussion happened. It's more, there's more discussion going on there than on TZ or anywhere.
Okay.
That's what. So it's like basically the new TZ,
Yeah.
except everyone's dumb. Like before, you knew you knew who was dumb on TZ, and you just ignored them.
Yeah.
Jaguar King posting, whatever, ignore him. Right? He's an idiot. But now it's like everyone has a stupid name like Real Law or whatever, and now it's all dumb.
What?
Real.
Yeah.
You know a thing I read on there. They're trying to get another website, another forum, to replace TZ, and their reasoning behind it was, we want a forum made by the community.
What's wrong?
What do you
with
think
TZ?
Tekken Zambatu is? What do you think Tekken
And it's
Zambatu
already
is?
there. You don't even have to fucking
It's-
do anything. It's just I mean, whatever. People have asked me to do forums too on my website, but dude, I don't even know how to fucking do any of this shit. It's a miracle that I even have a website. It really is.
And overlays.
Yeah, overlays and shit. This, you guys have no idea the limited amount of knowledge I have on how to use this mouse and keyboard. It's a miracle, you know. So no way a forum's happening. I don't even know how to begin to do that. But I mean, at least he tried. I don't know anything about Facebook, but everyone says bad things about that academy. I don't even know what it is. Does he put videos
It's a
out?
cesspool, dude.
No, like there's nothing. Core, all he did was open it up, you know, and like his intentions were, you know, like people can come in here, ask questions about the game, you know, we'll try our best to help. But it's like
I hate the name too.
Yeah, Core's Academy. What is Core teaching anyways?
Yeah, I agree.
Bad tournaments.
I mean, why would you include your own name? But hey, you know, that reminds me. Doesn't Anakin and Incognito they're doing something soon or something?
Yeah, they have a show or something. It'll probably last like 3 weeks.
Yep.
I hope not. I mean, you know what the thing is? Anakin sent me an email, you know, and he was like shooting the breeze a little bit, and I just read it because I don't even know how to receive emails. And, you know, he was saying, hey, man, let me get a shout out, you know, on your site or whatever about, you know, my stream. And I was like, dude, I already gave you one a few months ago when you were doing a stream and stopped doing it in a week, you know. So show me some dedication and I'll give you all the shout outs you want, you know. I mean, the last thing I want is more people to say they're going to do shit and not do it. And that's, I mean, trust me, there are times when I do not like doing this show. Those times are like 99% of the time. But, you know, I said I would do something, and I think it's something that people want, so I'm doing it. You know, just if you're going to say you're going to do something, this is YouTube, Bronson. If you're going to say you're going to do something, fucking do it, you know? I mean, or don't say you're going to do it, or else you're going to end up like Core, just fucking saying shit before you think about it, and then, boom, you realize, well, I got some shit to do on Thursday night, and I'm going to have to tell her I'm busy, you know? So, you know, it sucks, you know? But, I mean, this is how it works, you know, when you dedicate yourself to something, you have to do it. You just got to do it. And that's my approach. And those people who listen to this or are listening, I hope they do that too. I think you should. If you think you know something that someone else wants to know, fucking record it and explain it and put it on YouTube. If it sucks, who cares? I mean, it's not stopping everyone else from putting trash all over YouTube. Just talk about your character. Talk about Tekken. Talk about what you like and don't like, and put it out
Dude,
there.
that's so boring.
Who cares?
Who wants to listen to that? No one wants to listen to that.
Who wants to listen to this? Who wants to listen to this?
What are you talking about?
You know,
oh my God, Aris.
I don't want to listen to this.
You're the one that asked me to be on this show.
Yeah, no, but
Aris.
Yes. I'm listening.
You asked me as a friend.
Uh-huh.
You're like, hey, you want to get on the show? I was like, all right, that's fine.
Uh-huh.
All right? But you have the advantage of these shows, you know, having like, you're a good personality.
I don't doubt it.
And then also you have multiple games to talk about. You fuck around in like Injustice,
right,
and you mess around in, like MK, whatever. Like if you're doing a Tekken only show, it's so hard.
I don't mean a Tekken show.
So
I mean like what I mean is, let's say like Rickstah, right? Rickstah is just some dude. He doesn't have a show. He just plays Tekken and he likes Tekken, right? And let's say there's some strategy with Ganryu and Bob that he thinks is really good.
What strategy could he possibly have?
You're looking at it like a fucking dumb motherfucker, dude. You gotta look at it with a more open-minded attitude, dude. Jesus Christ. Who cares if you already know the strategy? There are some people out there that don't know it. They don't know the strategy. You know, whatever it is. Maybe it's a combo. Maybe it's an anti-tag crash setup. Fucking record it.
I know, Aaron.
Put it on the internet.
I know.
I'm gonna fucking strangle you, dude. I'm gonna kill you with my bare hands. Unbelievable.
I know, dude.
All right, let's not talk about this. I don't even want to talk about this anymore. Let's talk about other stuff.
All right.
Let's talk about Evo.
Let's talk about other stuff.
Let's talk about Evo. Okay?
Let's talk about Evo.
Okay. You did pretty well.
I still want to talk about how shitty the
actually,
community is.
I'm really upset with the community. I've never been so disengaged with the community in all my Tekken career.
I feel the same
Going
way.
through Tekken 4, Tekken 5, Tekken Tag 1, Tekken 6, you know, it sucks that there's like just, you work so hard being part of a community, you've done so much in like just random tournaments here and there like Strong Style, and then you see it just slowly decline. You slowly decline and just like seeing it die. It's very sad.
Okay, well, I mean, I totally agree with you. We've talked about this on the show before. I definitely blame the game. If it's anything, it has to be the game because all the players are the same people, you know. And if the game compelled them to, I think they would rally behind it. However, they shouldn't have to. That's the key, you know. I agree. I feel like the community is not cool. I agree. I mean, it's not cool. It's not cool right now because
complaining. Yeah. There's so much complaining. There's so much, you know, not just going to support. And even when they do support it, there's always excuses about something here and there, excuses here, excuses there. It's just a sad state of what this community is. And I hate to say it, but it probably just needs a new Tekken. Even though this Tekken is like such a good game to me. And to, like, Naps, like, why do we need to skip such a good game and probably get an easier simple mode game to get a new community? It's discouraging.
Okay, Tekken, in my opinion, Tekken Tag 1 is also a great game, right? Really good game.
Yeah.
However, in today's market, if that game dropped, it would just be instantly taken as a joke because of how hard and unbalanced and unforgiving it is for some of the characters versus other characters. It's just really unforgiving, you know? I feel like this game... Oh, God. What did you do? What did you do?
Oh, it's holding on. Oh, man, look at me. I shifted over.
Yeah, cool. You shifted over. Fix it. You guys can't see his face. He looks so funny.
Look, hold on. I'm Bronson Tran right now. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway.
Dude, wait, no, hold on, Aris. Before you go on, seriously, make a Facebook account and just don't even do anything. Don't add friends. Don't do any of that bullshit. Just sign up for Core's Academy and just look at it. Okay. And just like understand what it is, and then you'll understand everything.
I'll do that.
Bronson's face is on the wrong thing, by the way.
Oh my God.
I suck.
You do suck.
That's pretty funny though.
I suck.
He looks like a trading
card. I fucking suck.
Anyway, all right, Bronson, get it together, okay?
All right, I'm sorry. I'm just so upset with the community.
Yeah. But what I was saying about Tag 2 is I think Tag 2 is a great game in the same way that Tag 1 is a great game. However, in this day and age, games like that cannot be great on their own. I think it's just not the time for a game like that. These times require easier games. You know, they require something easier. Because, dude, this community that you hate so much, I mean, they're all people that played the old Tekkens. You know, they, for some reason, were rallying behind Tekken 5. They were rallying behind Tekken 6. You know, who else can you blame, man? You know, but that's not, who gives a fuck? Anyway, at this point, I heard you say this on the I Play Winner podcast. I agree with you in the sense that I don't even give a shit if there's new players anymore. Whatever. I mean, Tekken Tag 2 is Tekken Tag 2. I've accepted it for what it is. I have my gripes, but I obviously like the game. I mean, I fucking play it all the time. So whatever.
Yes.
If you're a new player and you think it's too hard or whatever, you know, fuck it. Whatever. Play something else, man. That's how I feel about it. If you want to play Tekken, if you want to put the time in, there's places you could go. There's resources to learn from. And there's shows like this where we talk shit to each other and I get really pissed. You know? I mean, that's all I have to say about it at this point. When the new Tekken comes, when the time comes, for all I ask of the Tekken community, whom I have grown to be displeased with, all I ask is that when the new Tekken is coming, get all your shit together and start producing things to push it. Because Tekken needs a nudge at this point. It's not going to just perpetually get through all these games out there. There are a lot of fucking games out there, and a lot of them, I'm sorry to say, are more attractive to the average person than Tekken. So it just needs everyone to get behind it. You know, I think, unfortunately, and this is pretty much where Bronson was, where he was coming from, Tekken Tag 2, the ship has sailed. The people who like it are going to like it, and the people who don't like it are just not going to try it. And we just need to support it as a group, which is why I'm surprised you're not coming to this national qualifier thing. You really should come. You know, I mean, it's not...
When is it?
I think it's... Ricky, you're the man.
August something.
August maybe 20th?
No, I think it's like the 17th, 16th, something like that.
Damn,
I got to buy a plane ticket soon then.
Yeah, or I mean, you guys could pack up and drive down here. I mean, it's not that
Nah,
far.
man, I'm too old to do that. No, I'm too old to do that.
Okay. Well, you could also not.
Yeah, I don't want to do that.
But anyway, are you done talking about how much you hate the community?
Yeah. Let's move on.
Well, wait a minute. But what do you want to happen? What's the solution? Are you just going to complain about it and not give a solution, or are you just what's the deal?
Yeah, for Tekken Tag 2, I'm just gonna do things for like my own enjoyment and for NorCal's enjoyment. So if we were to run a strong style, it wouldn't be for the community. They could enter, but it would just be for us to hang out, have fun, see old friends like Eris. And maybe Tom Hilfiger, if he ever decides to come out of his cave.
Nope.
So are you gonna run a strong style, or are you just full of shit?
We're trying. I can honestly tell you we're trying. We're gonna try different things just so we could actually have it.
Okay. I mean, I understand. Yeah. It's not an easy thing to do. It's a lot easier to say run a fucking strong style than it is to actually do it. But I want to know.
We also had that thing. We also had that thing where, we don't really want to run it just for the sake of running it. Because their strong styles actually, we have a lot of pride in it. So it'd be something that we work hard on.
Yeah, it's understandable. I mean, it's one of the greatest tournaments I've been to. So, it was definitely a dope tournament. But whatever, get it together. Let everyone know when the time comes. I think it's kind of, whatever, who gives a shit? Anyway, moving on.
Yeah, exactly. It's one of those things that we run it. People are gonna come if they want to come. We're not gonna really message it out. Be like, hey, please come, please come, please come. It's like, hey, we're running the shit. If you enjoy Tekken, come by. It'll be fun, etc.
I mean, that's really the approach I'm taking with everything. I play Tekken. If you want to watch it, just watch it. If you don't want to watch it, whatever, go fuck yourself. And that's really
exactly.
That's not a bad approach. That's not a bad approach if you want to save your self. You don't want to go nuts, because if you try to save Tekken Tag 2, you're gonna go nuts. You're gonna get frustrated. A lot of people have a lot of.
It's a lost cause.
Yeah, and the problem is, and I was listening to the podcast, and a lot of the people on the show, like Derry and Magus, and these guys that they tried to play, they just are not, like, their stance is not from a position that's accurately criticizing the game. And it's unfortunate because a lot of people listen to what they have to say and think, well, if that's what they think, that's what I think. So let me cut out the middleman and let me not try the game. Though many of the things that they complain about may be true, I still think people should learn it on their own.
Yep.
But anyway, who gives a fuck? I want to move on. I want to talk about Evo. Tell me about Evo. Tell me about your who you played to get to where you got, your mentality. Tell me the whole thing.
So after the last Evo, I lost again, right? And then with France, I lost really bad too. And the mentality actually started during Evo, and then just kind of passed through France. I decided to just trick my mind into thinking I was a casual player, because all these years I've been losing really bad because I have so much confidence in my ability to beat anybody that I put so much pressure on myself just to win.
Yeah, it's
and I think that ruined me for like the last 7 or 8 years. So it took a whole year of just tweeting, of even just like conversations with, nah, I'm casual, and it might have worked. It definitely helped out my performance.
Yeah, I totally can agree with that. I've talked about it in the past. Like other people have talked about how their opponent coming up is a really good player, and they psych themselves out, saying, oh, he's just another guy. He's just another guy. That's the same type of thing. It's like mind games. You're tricking yourself into just keeping it cool, and that there's nothing wrong with it. That's a brilliant idea, actually. I can agree with you. You were really shitty all these years, so you really got it together.
Yeah. So I did that, and I also changed up my characters.
Okay.
Because I wasn't winning with good characters. So I decided to just play characters that I like. I mean, Jinpachi is a really good character, but Ogre 2 is just not good at all.
I'm surprised you stuck with Ogre 2, because he's such a shitty character, and I was surprised you
made him. He really is, but I knew people didn't know how to play against him, and I knew I could make him work. So, and I have a lot of fun playing him, so that helped also.
Yeah, I think there's a lot to be looked at in what you just said. There are a few factors. When you combine them all together, it becomes a very difficult player to beat. First of all, you're having a lot of fun. Secondly, you're actively trying to mentally prepare. Third, you're using a character set, a team, that not a lot of people have experience against, including Koreans. They don't have very many Jinpachi and True Ogre players over there. So that's another factor when it comes to, this whole recipe for disaster that, created your run at EVO. That is really a big factor of it, and you really harnessed it well. That is super key. You use the characters. But one thing I wanted to ask is, how do you feel about everyone, including Nin and Ni, allowing you to get away with so much? What was up with that? What do you think about that?
I think it was there's two things to that. I had a talk with Jimmy about it, actually. I kind of agree with what he said, but I also believe that they actually respected me as a player. That's one thing, right? So they were worried that I was making the right reads at the right time.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I was just playing like an idiot, just swinging and mashing hella buttons, and they just didn't want to deal with it.
I disagree. You were not playing like an idiot. You were just playing to look like an idiot. You were swinging a lot, but at the right times with the right moves. You want to look like an idiot. You're still trying to look like an idiot. You're still trying to do the I'm casual shit right now, But it was very deliberate, obviously, and it was pretty impressive. To me, the most impressive part was towards the end in your set with Ni, it looked like you had convinced Ni to stop trying to raw tag punish. Like, you were just tagging. He was like, whatever, I'm over here. I'm not even going to fuck with this guy, So I think that's Go ahead.
I actually pride myself on my raw tags. If you watch me play, I raw tag a lot.
Yeah,
just because I find ways of raw tagging when they're about to hit me, so I kind of give up my other character. And I'm really good with life management. I think that's what America and probably most of the world is really lacking in. It's just knowing when to raw tag, knowing when to actually just tag in general, to have their life at above around 80% at all times if possible, and also knowing when to crash.
Yeah.
I only really crash when my character's at like not a pixel, but maybe 5%, where they can take a ground hit, but a crash ground hit, so it's less damage.
Yeah, outbound.
I think that's super overlooked in this game, and that's the one thing I would probably tell people to learn, and that sucks because that's another thing they have to learn in this game. They never had to learn about tag management back in 6 or whatever, or life management, because there was only one life bar.
Mm-hmm.
But now that's super important, and knowing when to tag for free hits and etc. It's pretty interesting, like that concept.
Yeah, I definitely agree. You have anything to add to that, Ricky, in terms of what he mentioned?
Well, I said that before too. Like, I think life management is crucial in this game. Like, it bothers me when people they keep the point character in because they're not, their second character's not in rage yet or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
To me, anytime you have red health, you could be regaining that. You know, every second you can be regaining red health, and people constantly just keep their point character in because they just want rage more so than anything else. I figure every point of health you regain, you're expanding your total life bar, and I don't think many people really understand that yet.
It's not only that. I think people aren't tagging when there's a free tag at like 80%.
Yeah.
If your character's at 80% and you have a free tag, just take it. Then the other character comes in with 100%.
Yeah.
And then you have that. You still have a bigger life bar.
So let me just clarify. What you're saying, Bronson, is that when the match starts and you have two completely healthy characters, and the one that's in the screen, in the game, takes a couple of random pokes, he's down only 20%. You want to get him out immediately. That's what you're saying.
If the situation is there,
it's presented.
You don't rush. Yeah, if you don't rush a tag. But if two players are just dancing around at range 3, range 4, which is which happens a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then you have a way to tag. You should just tag and play with your other character, because in this game, 80% isn't safe. Like, you can die from 80%.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
And if you don't die from the 80%, you're stuck in a really shitty position where you either have to crash and you lose all that red bar, or you have to risk a raw tag where your other character is going to lose their netsu. So if you have a way to tag at 80%, or even like sort of extreme 85% or whatever, just do it. There's no reason not to.
Yeah, and Ricky,
you should have.
Go ahead, finish.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say
you should have enough confidence in both your characters that you can play it. But go ahead.
No, I was gonna mention that Ricky was basically saying the same thing, right? I mean that's basically along the lines of what you were saying, right, Ricky?
Mm-hmm. Like I just tagging is just a way to keep your health up, in my opinion. So you gotta do what you can, dude.
In my opinion, I think that one of the problems with the game is that what you guys just presented to me, I can honestly say is correct, right? Now, if someone else with another maybe set of characters, with another complete strategy said that I only want to come in using Netsu, and he has good hard facts behind, supporting his strategy, I would have a hard time saying he's wrong as well, as long as the logic is there. So one of the difficulties of Tekken Tag 2 is there are so many ways to formulate a reasonable tournament strategy in this game that there is no right or wrong. It's just a matter of whether or not you have the skill to execute it in the clutch. And, that's part of what makes it so difficult. I think the average by-the-book Tekken player should play the way you guys said. You have red life on the screen. You should try to get it back safely. I can agree with that. But the game is so complex. What do you guys think of that? Is there any way to say, oh, I want to make sure I get my Netsu before I come in? Can I be right about that, Bronson?
It's tough because you're basically saying, I'm going to take this amount of health and I'm going to find a way to get my character in safely. I love to raw tag, but I know the risk behind it. And playing that style is very, very dangerous for both players, obviously. But it's more dangerous for the person banking on the Netsu, because you're losing this amount of life, and then who's to say that with this, like the deposit of life you're giving, how are you gonna come in safely with Netsu?
Yeah.
There's maybe a tag launch here and there, but that's optimal.
Yeah.
Right? Most of the times you're gonna get hit, get on the floor, and you're just gonna wait for like a ground hit to tag out, but they could just be waiting with you. Yeah. You see it in gameplay all the time. Like Nii, he did it to me. Nin sort of did it to me, but they would just wait.
Yeah, I mean that's what good players do. Yeah, that's what good players do. The best thing to do is nothing. You just wait and let the other guy fuck up. That's what you'll see. That's the trend. I think there's no argument there. What do you think, Ricky? I mean, basically, I could imagine you agree, right?
Yeah, I mean, if anyone can come up with a decent, argument as to why coming in with Netsu is a good idea, like taking as much damage as you can just so you can get Netsu, then, I'm not going to argue with it. I don't think it's right, but, if it works for them, it works for them,
Interesting. So basically, the conclusion of this specific topic is that the actual health that your characters have is way more valuable than the bonus damage you get from rage. Is that the conclusion? Yeah. Okay.
Of course, dude.
That's basically the conclusion that you guys are coming to. I can agree with that. That's not how everyone looks at the game. I think a lot of people put a lot of weight into the rage system and the damage you get from rage, when it's much more valuable to play solid and not make those mistakes, not make the decision, and just wait for the right time, just like you said, Bronson. And it's just something that, if more people were playing, what is this? Who's living in the ghetto? Who's got the sirens?
That's me.
Nice. Yeah, it happens. Good shit. Anyway, but tell me, who other than Nin and Nii, of course, who are your strongest opponents at Evo, and who beat you?
Kuro beat me. That match was really ugly, actually.
Kuro, the Jinpachi player?
Yeah, Rick, were you watching that?
I recorded it. I'm the only one that has it.
Wow.
It's pretty bad. I was up 2 games, and then he started low jabbing just everything, and I had no idea what to do. And then he just beat me the next game 3 straight. I think.
Was that round 1, or what part of the tournament was that?
Winners finals. Winner finals of pools.
Of your pool, and so you came out in losers. And who was your next opponent?
Some random guy, I believe.
Oh, I believe.
I believe it was some random guy.
I believe it was some random guy. Anyway, okay.
He was very nervous. He was very nervous playing me.
Okay.
And you could tell that he was nervous. I'm pretty sure he's better than what he showed.
Okay.
And then I think I played Avery after that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, so live in person, all I saw was the controller, like a batarang. Let me find one. It was like I was just standing there and I just saw like it was like it just got thrown like a batarang and shit. And I looked over and I saw the controller like just sliding across the floor and I was like, what the fuck? And Avery was just like, fuck, just like screaming and doing like just all these hand gyrations and shit. I was so excited. Tell me about the match. Were you intentionally shit talking that guy beginning to end?
Of course, dude. Oh, by the way, guys, Avery is Run It Black. For those that don't know, he's probably the best player in America, and I just got really lucky against him. So,
but actually, it was pretty close. I heard. I watched it too. Wasn't it really close?
I don't know. It was 2-1. You know, first game went 2-3, and then other games he just died. But I think my shit talking got to him,
obviously.
And I don't think he was used to people. I don't think he was used to people being nice to him or something. Because I was just telling him he's the better player and he's really good. And for some reason, it got to his head and he started losing. So.
That's crazy, man. I mean, I can't say he didn't deserve it. I can't say that.
Dude, the kid definitely deserves it. But he's not that bad of a Tekken player, honestly. He's just young.
I agree.
And he needs to focus on, like, actually winning, like, with fundamentals instead of the Netsu Jinpachi. This is what we talked about. He's been winning with Netsu Jinpachi. But you can't do that all the time because
the long run,
eventually you're going to have someone out fundamental, out basic you. And just have someone better than you, like me versus him. And, you know, they could just stop the Jinpachi madness because he's taking risk when you don't have to play Jinpachi like that.
Yeah, I can agree with that. That's for sure. Man, that's crazy. Okay, who did you play after Run It Black?
I want to say Tokido.
Oh, yeah, okay. So
maybe Tokido was before Run It Black. I think Tokido was the turning point for the tournament for me, actually. Because Tokido is actually really good at most games, right? Like he does well in almost every game because he picks top characters.
Yeah.
Yep.
So he plays Eddie Lars in this game.
Yeah, good team.
Yeah, and I think he came into that match thinking that he was just gonna get rocked, right?
Really?
But he didn't know that I wasn't as good as before when we played in Houston. So when first round he just throws me and then I get thrown obviously and he goes, "Oh, Bronson's so old now," and he starts hella laughing at me.
Damn,
yeah, he starts hella laughing at me.
Good.
And then he beats me that round, and I could just see the happiness and the joy he has in him. And then he ends up beating me the game, like the first game again.
Wow, really?
And I was like, wow, this is really happening. So what I did was I did the same thing I did to Avery. I was just like, Tokido, don't do this to me, man. You know you're not gonna get anywhere in this tournament. Just let me win, bro. Just let me win.
Okay.
So then we both started hella laughing, and we just started playing like it was just a fun game. But I noticed like after like 4 or 5 Ogre 2 throws, it was in his head. He didn't know what to do against that. He didn't know what to duck. He didn't know what to move. He was just standing still at one point, and then that was it. I had him in his head. Yeah.
Okay. After that, I think you played Rip, right?
No, I played Cyborg John.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and that was fun because Avery comes over screaming into my ear, which is really bad etiquette. But he's just screaming and screaming into my ear, like from an inch away.
Oh
you know, like just give me like a foot. That's all.
Was he really that close?
Yeah, he was pretty close in my ear.
Wow.
And the funny thing is, I would be beating John's ass, right? Oh, you want to hear a funny thing about John?
I'm listening.
So I was just walking around the Tekken thing, and then John asks who he's playing next. He doesn't see me behind him because he's like fucking 7 feet tall. I'm like 2 feet tall.
Uh-huh.
And then he talks to like Akunin or Paul. He's like, "Oh, I play Bronson next. I never lose to him. He's easy." And then I was like, "Really, dude?" And then he turns around. He just looks at me. He's like, "Oh,
have
you're
you
here?"
really beaten Bronson? I mean, has John really beaten you?
I don't even remember last time we played. I think we played like Tekken 5
That doesn't
casual.
sound like something that he would say. That's what's so
I
shocking.
know,
He's
but
like
it
the
was
most
so
humble
funny.
guy.
I know.
Huh. Okay.
But
Well,
I guess after. So I like get hit by a couple of lows, right? And then Avery starts hella screaming into my ear. He's like, "Oh, do you know that's low? Do you know that's low?" Like the shitty shit talking he does. He doesn't even know how to do it.
Yours is also shitty. You don't know how to do it. Anyway, go on.
Yeah, and then I get up and I just beat him hella bad, and then Avery goes, "Okay, that was pretty good," and he just walks away.
All right, good shit. I'm out. It just takes off.
Yeah, it's like, all right, that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Hey, you gotta give it up to Tall John though. He basically got third because he only lost to first place Knee and second place Bronson.
Wow. Okay.
Oh, come on, you can't do that. You can't.
Yeah, he's third place. He's third place.
Okay, all right, fuck it.
And he's owned you every time before that, apparently.
Yeah. Apparently, he's always done well against me.
Well, okay.
And then after that, was it Rip and Eris?
I think I was right after Rip, and right after me, it was Rip, then me, and then I think that made top 8. So beating me was the match to get top 8 because I got 9th. So in top 8, at that point, tell me about the story. How was it? How was the crowd? How did you feel?
Dude, I am so much more proud of the hype that top 8 got altogether than the second place I got. I'm super disappointed in second place, but seeing like random people that were already sitting in the chairs cheering and like actually enjoying a Tekken top 8, even though they had no idea what was going on, they probably didn't even know there was Tekken at the tournament, is amazing. Like, I'm more proud of that accomplishment than any of the second place.
I got
Go ahead. Yeah.
Well, what I was gonna say is I gotta tell you, in hindsight, it's a fucking travesty that Tekken was not on the main stage on Sunday. And I think anyone who watched it, I think every Evo organizer would agree. I mean, I think your top 8 with Tekken and you and all the Koreans and stuff, I think was one of the more exciting top 8s. I think that if it were played on Sunday. Now, the interesting thing here is if it were on Sunday, maybe you wouldn't have been as hot. Maybe that was your day, and the next day you would have gotten your ass kicked, So it's kind of a double-edged sword. But if somehow we were able to harness the hype and you performing and beating Nin and all that and put that into Sunday, I think today people would feel different about Tekken Tag 2. And that's kind of unfortunate.
I believe so.
Yeah, I think that's really unfortunate. A lot of people didn't get to watch it. It didn't get included the way it deserved to. I didn't care that much about it before the tournament, but now that seeing how you performed and how cool it was that you beat Nin, and not many American players can say that they've beaten a Korean player in tournament. So you've been added to this list of players, but not only that.
Well, I was already on that list though.
You've never beaten a Korean.
I've never beaten Tall John either.
Yeah, and you've never beaten Tall John once. He owns you 100% of the time.
All right, my bad.
Anyway, but now that you finally were able to overcome your demon, Tall John Cyborg, and after that you were able to beat Nin, I think it would have been way cooler if more people got to see it. I think it's fucked up that a lot of people didn't get to see it. But either way, congratulations. You did really well. Why do you think you lost to Knee?
If you look back at my match against Nin and my match against Knee, they both took a totally opposite approach to me, which is kind of interesting because they were actually watching my matches a lot throughout the day, even though I was like struggling against just like these like mid-tier players like fucking Avery or Tall John or Taquito. They were still interested in my matches, and I find it. I like Nin's approach to me, but I know why Nin did his approach. No. The way I see Ogre is you either just go like crazy mash into his like range 0, like just go crazy. Like he has no defense really. His crushes are kind of horrible. You can't break throws, and he's got like jabs, but he's linear and all that stuff. So right away when you watch me play against Nin, he just goes crazy. Running twos, dash throw, running twos. And I believe that was kind of the way you're supposed to play against another Ogre player. He just didn't realize that I knew how to mash. It sounds funny, but like mashing is a really hard skill in this game when you know how to do it right. and that's
you don't know
I feel like that's why I lost.
Stop calling it mashing.
Just constantly pressing buttons at the wrong time, and just like at disadvantage, just jab here, disadvantage, jab there. Then you have to kind of respect the jab, and you can't take your fake frame advantage. Like let's say you have a +3, but the other player knows that, so you do a move that's for +10, +12, +15, right? Against me though, I won't even give you like that +10 plus a real +10 or +12. Yeah. I'm constantly mashing.
What you're saying, don't call it mashing, because people are going to be like, well, this is a totally vague statement. What you're saying is you're not allowing your opponent to take advantage of their frame advantage. You're going to contest it. So if they're going to take advantage of the frames, they better get it.
They have to do it exactly. Right? Okay. They have to take the right frame advantage. Yes. If they have a +1, they got to do that jab.
Yeah.
If they have a +2, +3, they got to do the down forward 1. That I'm forcing them to play a legit game.
And you're doing that by playing a not legit game, which is what your strategy was. Yeah, and that's a very good strategy with those characters. I agree. Anyway, go on.
Yeah. So that was his style, but then he started like totally taking advantage of the fake frame advantage, which wasn't there for him. And I was just throwing out waning moons. I was just throwing throws out. And then eventually he kind of stopped moving. Eventually he kind of just kind of poked here and there, and that's when I took over the match.
Yeah, it shifted. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. And then against Knee, he took the opposite approach.
Yeah, I noticed.
He was like, he's like, I know this guy's a scrub. I know he's just going to start pressing hella buttons if I get close to him. I know he's going to start pressing hella buttons if he gets close to me. So I'm just going to run away. And then when I have my +10, I'm going back 2 because I know it's going to counter hit.
He took his frames. It was clear. He was watching.
It fucking worked.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I knew what was going on. It's just that I don't know. For some reason, I just couldn't adapt to it. Now, looking back at it, though, I really think I had a chance to beat him still. Like, if I would have just calmed down just a little bit.
I absolutely agree.
I think he was actually in trouble. Because for some reason, I was playing pretty well that day. So, and when I'm playing well, not to sound like Fernando or the game or anything, but I really think when I'm playing well, I can compete with anybody in the world. Like,
yeah, I believe that. I believe that as a personal, like as a myself, not being the host of this show. I believe that. I think you are capable of being really, really good, and you showed that at this year's Evo. But I feel like I was the only one in the world that thought that before this year's Evo. It was like, it's about fucking time. Go ahead, Ricky.
Well, it's because no one ever knew no one even knew who he was. Everyone forgot about Bronson, man. Bronson was just that casual player on Twitter, and everyone's like, "Oh, this guy's just talking, whatever."
Yeah, unfollow, whatever. You know?
I think it was you, Aris, and like NorCal, and my girlfriend. Those are the only people, or actually Fab too, because I beat his ass in France. He knew I was much better than him.
Rip says you're way better than you should be, in tournaments too. Yeah. So it's like we all kind of knew how good you were.
Yeah.
That's why the only thing, my problem with you with that casual player thing was like I was afraid that you were going to use that as a fallback excuse if you sucked.
Yeah.
No, it was really just to get myself in proper mindset.
In the past, Ricky has brought that up too. Like the only thing he doesn't like about that is it's kind of like a option select. But who cares? I mean,
exactly. Like if it works, if it works for you, then it works.
Yeah,
that's it did work, obviously.
Great strategy, man. I mean, it took you a while to figure it out, but really, that's kind of how it works. You have to figure out what's wrong with you and fix it. It's result-oriented. If there's some problem with your nerves, if you need to psych yourself out, I think you're a great example for a lot of people out there who are having tournament issues. Just figure out some training regimen, some mental state to put yourself in where you're going to want to win. You're going to be able to produce. That's what matters. As long as you can get yourself to do those things that you know you can do when you need to do them, that's really the key. And this year at Evo, you definitely were able to do that. So that was dope. And I agree with you. There was a turning point against Knee where I felt like Bronson's going to win. Bronson's got this. And then there was one point where I don't remember the round, but you had a combo. It dropped, one of those situations where it was fucked up.
Yeah.
You must know the situation. It was like
it was a like a drop tag assault, plus I got a wall stun right afterwards, and then I just didn't tag assault again.
Yeah, and it was
So
a heartbreaking round, I think, for you. Like, they showed your face, and you were just like, fuck, you know? So I felt like that was the pivoting point. But up until then, I thought you had it. I thought you had that tournament. So, you know, hats off to you. You know how much I hate complimenting you, but you did really well.
Dude, Aris, we've been talking about for so long how I have that mental shit, just like shitting on my whole Tekken life.
Yeah.
But it's slowly getting out.
You know what? Okay, like if I were to talk from the perspective of me as a person, as a player, obviously I don't want you to come to this national qualifier. I don't want good players here, obviously. But when I'm talking to you and I'm talking out loud, everyone can hear me. I want you to go, because you should go. First of all, it's been fucking forever since you've even been able to play Tekken. Okay, now that you're able to play the game in tournament to your abilities, ride the wave and come over and fuck everyone up. I mean, why wouldn't you? You know, of course I don't want you here. You're gonna fucking beat me if I play you, you know, fuck you. But I want you to come over here to play, because you should. Because if you don't, then you're just as bad as all the community guys that you hate. You're a bitch.
Okay.
Okay.
You're 8 hours away, man. Don't be a fucking bitch, dude. You just got second at Evo. In many people's eyes, you won. You beaten in, and you're not going to go 8 hours to fucking enter a tournament to get a free trip to... I know Rickstah's like, son of a bitch.
Dude, it's 6 hours, man. 6 hours.
All right, whatever. Don't come. I don't really give a shit either. I mean, you know, I already used all my sympathy meter or whatever it is. So, you know, at this point...
Can we like, prop String Bean?
Yes.
Like, this guy is continually just gets better and better. I don't know who he's playing.
Well, you know what,
Vegas, or he's like...
I gotta tell you, he turtled himself to death. I mean, he's a great turtle, right? And he's a great player.
Yes.
But man, what the fuck was the deal when he was down by like 40% and he was just turtling till time runs out? What was that about?
That's his style, and he's gonna stick to it. He's assuming the other player will try to rush in and, you know,
why would these players top 8 at Evo, why would they rush in when they're winning by so much?
Because they do.
Yeah, they do, but they didn't. Are you going to bank your whole tournament life round after... Oh, God.
Well...
I fucking hate this guy, dude. He manages to piss me off even when he's not trying to piss me off.
There you go.
Anyway, definitely huge props to String Bean. He did great. He's a very charming young man as well. Always a great sport and a really great guy. So good shit to him.
He's a good guy.
And all the rest of the top 8 too. It was really a great top 8.
Mateo?
Yeah, Potato Galvin. I agree. He got mashed. You know, in the top 8.
He beat Core really bad.
That's true. That's true. I heard about that.
I was surprised. Like, Core was so close to top 8, and then he just got owned up. And I was like, I thought he was...
Have you guys seen that video?
I haven't.
No.
Core's wife is in the background going, "It's okay, you still have Fat Bob." And then calm down. This is like support. That's support, you know?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know, man. I really got to sign up for a Facebook, you know? God, what?
Dude, seriously.
I just wish.
What's that?
I just wish more players went to Evo.
Yeah, it was a bummer.
It's such an experience, you know. Like, even if it's a Friday tournament, it's still a different experience from whatever is happening. And the people that kept fight around, where the numbers here, the numbers there, it's still the biggest Tag 2 tournament in America.
Yeah, by far, You know?
55 players compared to the 250-ish of final round. I'll tell you on final round. I love Larry. You know, props to him. But people shouldn't hate on Evo just for the sake of hating on Evo.
Right, and people who support Evo, like myself, we don't hate on final round, you know? Like, it's like a great tournament. It's a dope tournament, and everyone should go to all of them if they can, you know? The only thing I didn't like about the whole Evo build up to Evo was all the people who were not going to Evo, who were absolutely shitting on it and convincing other people to not go to Evo as well.
Yes.
The logic
Academy.
Yeah, okay. Well, if that's where this was stemming from, then, you know, fuck that. But I think that's ridiculous. If you don't want to go, you don't want to go. If you don't like the tournament, you don't like the tournament, you don't go. But I mean, what's the point in slandering a tournament for no reason with little or no information? You know, it's bullshit. But anyway, good shit. I thought Evo was sick. Like I said, I wished Tekken made it to Sunday, in hindsight especially. But I think we're about to come up to that time. It's bitch calling time. Rickstah, I think you got to go first.
Oh, God. Well, okay, all right.
Yeah, this is tough. I don't know either.
No, well, the best part is I'm not in the Coors Academy anymore because I wanted to just free myself. So now that I'm out of it, fuck Coors Academy. They're all bitches in there.
Wow.
Even the people I like in there, they're bitches for even being in there. Bronson, Run It Black. You guys all bitches for even still being in that academy.
You like Run It Black? That's more news to me.
Dude, he's a. Yeah, okay. But dude, it's just like the Coors Academy. There's too many drones in there. You know, people just follow what everyone else says and doesn't form their own opinion.
Which is more the reason why I hate it that some of the figures in that academy are being so irresponsible with their complaints. What is the anyway? Who gives a fuck? Whatever.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's in the past now. So, for me at least, because I'm out of that.
Okay, yeah. So Coors Academy is a bitch. It's not even a person.
It's an entire group of people. It's like a race
to save themselves though.
Wait, hold on, Bronson. You gotta fix your mic.
Yeah, what the fuck is this, man? What is this shit?
What?
Your mic is bugging out.
Really? Hello.
Oh God.
Hello.
Hello, Aris. God, I hate his voice. Okay. Who's a bitch? Oh yeah. So you think Coors Tekken Academy is a bitch, even though it's not a person? Bronson, who's a bitch?
The community, including me.
Perfect.
I think this is a first. Did you just call yourself a bitch?
Yeah, dude. Of course.
Okay.
All I really do is do the same thing the community does. I just complain about the community without actually doing anything. Or I complain about the game without actually trying to save the game, right? And at this point, I'm like, fuck it. I'm just gonna play the game. But knowing that in Coors Academy, how they hated on Evo so much, there are 2 tournaments coming up in the East Coast. You know, the Fall Classic and also Kumite 10. Right?
What is up with your microphone, dude? What is this bullshit, dude?
Does it not work?
It works every 3 words.
Going in and out.
Ugh. Anyways, community needs to go to the Fall Classic. The community needs to go to KIT.
The Cup. Or whatever.
The Cup, yeah, all that stuff. Since they hate on, Evo so much, that got 355 players, by the way, right? They need to show up to these other communities, other terms that they say are so much better than Evo, and that are supporting Tekken and all that stuff. I want to see those numbers over there at least 300 players. Is it gonna happen? Fuck no, it's not gonna happen. So, I just hate Coors Academy.
Okay. So
you're missing out, Aris. You need to get in Coors Academy.
I like hating stuff a lot.
I love it.
I really like hating stuff, which is why I'm interested. But I hate reading stuff. So we'll see. I'll try it out. I'll make a whatever it's called, and I'll give it a whirl.
You should use the pictures from the fake Aris account too.
Oh, make a fake real Aris Facebook? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I'm listening. Man, who's a bitch? I gotta call someone a bitch too. Other than you, Bronson, if you don't come to this national qualifier, I think that, I guess the community, but more specifically, there are a lot of people in my boat where we're fucking hella broke and we can't travel to, let's say, somewhere like Philadelphia for a tournament. However, there are Tekken tournaments like Evo that was within a relatively reasonable vicinity to where I live. People like myself should go to their version of Evo. So if you live near the Philadelphia area and you are even slightly interested in Tekken, it is your job, basically, as a Tekken player to support these tournaments. I mean, if you can't afford to come to Evo, makes sense. Times are fucking tough, dude. Tina burritos and cereal all day, But the deal is that if it's at least within reasonable distance from your home, take that one extra step. And if you don't, and Filthy Cup and Fall Classic and all these other tournaments that I know I won't be able to go to because I have no money, if those tournaments don't get the local support that they should get and that does exist, then those communities are all bitches. That's who I'm calling a bitch. Everyone, the game's not dead. There's no question about it. We still get weeklies over here. There's a lot of tournaments to play for coming up, and the game is completely unexplored. So, you know, if you guys don't support those tournaments, any one of you guys who don't go that little extra bit of the way, save that extra $30 before the tournament or whatever to pay for gas, you guys are all bitches if you don't go. That's my bitch calling for the day.
We didn't call a single person a bitch. We just called the community a bitch 3 times.
Yeah, that's rough. We got to think of a person to call a bitch. Rip's a bitch because he's at the beach.
Rip's a beach.
What?
He's enjoying himself. Just let him be.
I doubt he's enjoying himself. Anyway, do you have anything to plug?
ZTS is a bitch.
Yeah, ZTS is definitely a bitch, but we don't talk about him. Bronson Tran, do you have anything to plug? Is there anything that you guys are streaming? Are you guys using Jimmy J Tran for anything on stream or anything like that?
No, but honestly, just keep a lookout for Strong Style. It'll probably not happen like the next couple months, but we are trying something, and it's actually we're doing a whole different thing with the way tournaments are happening right now. So I think you will have to be there to enjoy it and have fun with it.
What the fuck, dude? What is this? A Dixie Cup microphone? I mean, it was working fine this whole time.
Dude, I don't know.
It was working fine. Anyway, basically, to synopsize, he said that NorCal Strong Style is still kicking. Keep your eyes on it, I guess. He didn't give any information. He's just being one of those. Pretty much. So, yeah, I guess. NorCal. Keep an eye on them. Great job, Bronson, at EVO. Ricky, you got anything going on? You always say you'll stream, but you never do.
Yep, same deal. I'll stream one day, maybe.
You're just like the people that we just called bitches, both of you.
Yeah, but I just won a tournament, so, you know, I can stream now as a champion.
Okay, now you can stream as a champion. By the way, congratulations on that, Ricky. That was nicely done.
It was to be expected.
Do you guys know if there's a stream for the whatever that tournament is at round 1?
I don't think so, but I don't know.
Really?
Because we don't have I don't know, like, unless they talk like Commando or something. Like, I don't
doubt
think
Commando will stream from round 1. I should wear a fake mustache when I go there. I can't be caught, you know, going to round 1. That's like the arcade that's putting Super Arcade out of business. So if I fucking go there, I got to put on a trench coat with nothing underneath and a fake mustache and, you know.
You're like the Domino's pizza guy going to Papa John's or something?
Yeah, exactly, you know. So I got to be careful, but... Anyway, I don't know if there's going to be a stream internet, but that's sometime in August, maybe 17th or 20th or something. So keep your eyes on that. Fall Classic, Filthy Cup, KIT, all that shit. Keep your eyes on all that. If you're near those tournaments, make sure you participate if you can. Oh, yeah, ADARC, huge shout-outs to them. You know, hooking me up with those arcade sticks. I still have one synthesis left that I'm going to give away. Big thanks to Bronson and Rickstah for being on the show. Bronson, go ahead.
Happy birthday to Andy Lamb, dude.
Is it today?
725.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, it is 725 today, yeah. Happy birthday, Andy.
He's turning 38.
Wait a minute. His name is 725 because of his birthday?
Dude,
I thought it was his area code or some shit.
Stupid.
How does that make me fucking stupid? You know what? Fuck you, man. Anyway, I'm just kidding. I'm not that pissed. God, I can't stand this guy's voice, though. Anyway, happy birthday, Andy Lamb. You're a legend. Thank you for hooking up all the ADARC stuff. Make sure everyone who's watching checks out adarc.com.